Folks, this is a major video right here. This is an emergency press conference that I had to drop. Your boy has COVID right now, but we are gonna fight through this and get through this video. What's up? It's Orange Gatorade, and the Brooklyn Nets just got swept. Kevin Durant gets swept for the first time in his lengthy career, and oh man, this is probably gonna be my biggest shoot of my YouTube career, and it kind of sucks that I'm not gonna be 100% for it, but I just have to. So I mean, it's just crazy because I wasn't expecting it to make the video like this early in the playoffs. We're only in the first round, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I think they're the first team that got bounced this year. So the Brooklyn Nets go out sad as hell, 4-0 to the Boston Celtics, who are, I'm going to be talking about the Nets 99% of this video, but we'll just give credit where it's due. Congrats to the Boston Celtics. They're actually a very good team this year, so I'm excited to see what they can do in the next couple of rounds. They earned this one. Congratulations, Celtics. But yeah, I mean, Brooklyn Nets, you can't go out much sadder than this. I mean, holy shit. What a disappointing team. What a disappointing franchise right now. I just, oh man, I don't know who I'm going to start with. I kind of want to go 50-50 on KD and Kyrie, but Kyrie definitely deserves more of the blame as to, just the snowball effect of turning this team into complete garbage. He's the reason that James Harden is gone. He's the reason that Ben Simmons is wearing these fucking Dance Revolution outfits on the sidelines of playoff games and all that stuff. He's the reason that Steve Nash got 2 seasons worth of courtside tickets to Brooklyn Nets home and away games. So, I mean, that's just awesome. And yeah, I mean, just Kyrie just really fucked up this whole chemistry of this team. And yeah, dude. So it started out they weren't even gonna let him play this season, right? At the beginning of the season, he wasn't playing. He wasn't even there. And then the Nets, they struggle a little bit. Harden is just kind of like clocked out. He didn't really want to be there after seeing like Kyrie just doing all this shit, this selfish stuff that we're used to seeing Kyrie do at this point. And Harden was like, I'm not gonna have any of it. So they got him out of there, sent him to Philly. And eventually the owners and the front office, they bring Kyrie back. They go back crawling on their hands and knees to this man Kyrie Irving because the team was doing so bad. And then they bring him back as a part-timer because they think that's gonna help. It didn't really help. The team still has a bad record going into the playoffs, and now they are at home. So lesson learned: you can't have a guy play half of your fucking games and expect your team to be having great chemistry in the playoff. It just doesn't work like that. I mean, oh my gosh, it's just so classic, just like dumb franchise. I mean, this is just a culmination of just risky ass decisions by the Brooklyn Nets front office that just didn't pay off. I mean, you bring in Steve Nash, who is just a very composed coach, and he's never coached at any level, let alone a fucking NBA level. And you ask him to take head of a team that has, two of the biggest divas in the entire NBA, KD and Kyrie, and you really expect him to, take lead of this ship. It was doomed from the start. So you bring him in to coach KD and Kyrie. You then go out and get James Harden. I mean, this is like a three-headed biggest divas in the NBA. I mean, like, oh my gosh, these guys literally go out to the club and just fucking have little confetti guns and shit. Probably, I don't know what you do at the club, guys. I'm not 21. So Anyways, you're just not gonna make it work. Steve Nash is never like a hot-headed guy. He's not gonna be able to take control of these fucking clowns. You got the Three Stooges in Brooklyn. I mean, who thought this was gonna work? I can't believe I really thought this team would, be such a major success. So, I'm going, back and forth in the timeline right now, but this is just an insane like rambling. This is probably gonna be like a fucking 40-minute movie of me just talking. But so you bring in three fucking divas, like I said, and they just don't get along. Like you can't do this. You can't do this. Why the fuck would you do this? The only player on this Brooklyn Nets team that got drafted by them was Nick Claxton. Like how can you do this? And I feel so sorry for Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and all these guys that got traded by this team and didn't even get a chance. They didn't even get a chance to see their full potential. So unfair. And I don't feel bad for any Nets front office people that got fired as a result of this team being fucking terrible. I don't feel bad for anybody. Because somebody has to go. As you see with the Lakers, somebody has to go when a team is this disappointing. So, I mean, just so sad. I mean, like, Nets fans should feel completely robbed of, a wholesome team or a decent season. I mean, just anything really. Just this team feels so inauthentic and just fucking materialized by Sean Marks. And, you know what? KD deserves some of the blame for the team building as well, because almost everyone on this team came in after KD. So obviously he has some say in it, right? But when the Lakers suck and the team is bad, it's like Rob Pelinka is not even a GM anymore. LeBron gets like 90% of the blame when the Lakers are bad. And it pisses me off so much because we don't give any of this treatment to fucking KD, who is 33 years old and just got swept out of the first round, which would never happen to LeBron. Never would happen to a 33-year-old LeBron James. That is a joke. And it's just such a wacky team. I don't think we'll ever see an experiment like this again. It was just such a fucking disaster. You can't have two great guys on huge contracts, one guy on a huge contract who's not even there, just a ghost, and then just signed a bunch of veterans and, like role players and expect the team to be good. Who would build a team like this? This is like fucking 2K shit. I mean, the fucking bottom half of this team is so goddamn bad. You can't play most of them. I mean, you signed, Millsap, Aldridge, Blake Griffin played a little bit, but all these guys, they just don't see the floor. It's like, why are they here? They're super old. They bring nothing to the team, and this is how they're gonna end their careers on your fucking stupid ass experiment of a team. This team was garbage. I swear to God, and I feel so bad for Steve Nash because he's getting so much heat for this when this team is ass. This team is so bad, and as you could see in this series, you take one of their guys out, and what, you're screwed from a coaching standpoint because you can't really go to anyone else. Kyrie was also terrible, so you take two guys out of this team and they just fold. I guess you bring in a new coach, but this team has pretty much seen its full potential. They're a great scoring team that plays bad defense, and when they're not scoring well, they're probably not going to win the game because they don't play any defense. So I think we've seen the ceiling of this team, but Ben Simmons, wherever the fuck he is, whenever he comes back, maybe things will change. But don't even get me started on Ben Simmons. Oh my God. You guys saw how exasperated I got just saying the words Ben Simmons. This dude just pulled off a fucking heist. He sat an entire season, a whole NBA season, and I think he's probably the first guy to do it since like Kawhi Leonard did it. But are you kidding me? This man just sat a whole season and he got traded to the Nets. Like he got what he wanted and he still was just no. I'm not playing. I, did he learn this shit from Markelle Fultz or something? Like this is wacky as hell. And it's just another component of this fucking weird ass team that was doomed to fail. Let me get this straight, Ben Simmons. You have a fucking back injury for the whole season? Is this man serious? This man doesn't have a spine, bro. How can you have a back injury? How can you have back spasms with no spine? This is unreal. I've never seen anything like this, bro. This dude frustrates the hell out of me, and I don't know how the Brooklyn front office is gonna deal with this dude because I would be fucking heated if I was them. But at the same time, you guys had to bring him in as a result of Kyrie just being a fucking selfish teammate, bro. This all goes back to Kyrie. Almost everything. You really couldn't get the fucking needle, bro. Like, come on. You really just screwed your team this whole season. And I get that he's, a great player, and I'm sure he's not a bad teammate. But you know what? He probably fuck that. He's probably a horrible teammate, bro. He is so selfish. I just can't even get started on this dude because it's like the shit he does makes no sense. He talks like he's a fucking GM of this team. It makes me so mad. He acts like he owns the fucking building probably. And he was like, when they signed Steve Nash, they're like, we don't need a coach. The fuck are you saying that for, you dumbass? You just threw your coach like into the fire before he even got there. We don't need a coach. How would you respond to that as Steve Nash? What the fuck? How are you gonna say that about me? I'm a two-time MVP. You can't learn anything from Steve Nash? Are you fucking serious, Kyrie? Like, this dude is such a narcissist and like, oh my gosh, every time I think he's gonna redeem himself, he just fucking fucks it up even more. I'm sorry guys, I'm really heated right now because this team is just a boatload of potential, or it was, but the ship has sailed, bro. This team is done. But this team had so much potential when they first signed KD and Kyrie. Look where it is now. It's just fucking disaster after disaster with this team. They might be in a worse boat than the Lakers, bro. I don't know. They're both very similar, but KD is not turning fucking 38. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is a Nets video. I'm not even gonna get started on the Lakers, but it's just such a weird situation they're in. You got the ghost of Ben Simmons and the KD and Kyrie who just seem fucking uncoachable at this point. I mean, seriously. So, very, very little direction for this team. I don't know. Steve Nash was a bad coach. I know I said he doesn't deserve all the heat that he's getting, and it's true, but he definitely didn't help this team at all, even if he wasn't the one hurting it. So, I mean, oh my god, this team was such a fucking train wreck. And it wasn't even like fun to watch, bro, because it's just like, damn. Just damn, like, I was right all along. I don't really take any pride in that, just being right all along. KD was never him, bro. His pronouns are they, them. He was never him. So, I don't even know where I want to go with this video. I might just have to wrap it up, but just throughout this whole series, KD was just so bad. Like, he played pretty well last night, but it's too little, too fucking late, Kevin. You're down 3-0, okay? So, I don't know. I don't know where this team's going to go. I just had to get all of this off my chest. Um, I expected this video to be more of like a parade, just kind of like a celebration, but I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good. I don't feel like I won anything, It was such a disastrous season that I just don't I just don't feel good about it. When they complain about not having any chemistry, it's like, well, you let Kyrie play half the games when you could have let him play none of them. That was a solution, but you were too scared to do that because you didn't have any confidence in KD and a bunch of bums. So, sorry. Sorry you didn't have any good chemistry. You could have got him the vaccine, but no. You could have let him sit, but no. So I'm fucking sorry, Brooklyn. That's just the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? You guys can't get all the breaks. Sorry. Fucking way she goes. All right, guys. I have nothing left to say. Brooklyn. Take care, guys.